Welcome back to the Arbitress YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful cut together rose blouse. Okay, the rose is cut together with the bodice, and I'm going to be taking you through how I was able to cut and sew this in this class. If this is something you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. The simple blouse with rose design in front. So for the rose design, you will need allowance after your center front. So this center line here is going to be my center front. Then from there you need enough allowance depending on how full you want your rose to be. So what you need to do on this side, you just need to take your basic bodice measurements. The shoulder is 14 divided by 2 is 11, so I'll mark 7 there. Sorry, 14 divided by 2 is 7, so I'll mark 7 there. The neckline I'm working with is 3 inches for the neck width. Then I'm going to connect like this. So for my armhole, the armhole is 8, so I'm going to mark 8 inches here, and then the full blouse length for me is going to be 17 inches. You can work with whatever length that you want. So once I have all of this, I'm going to make them into a straight line. So this is my bust. So the bust I'm working with is 36 divided by 4 is 9. So for my armhole, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement here, make it into a straight line. Then you're going to get the midpoint. On the midpoint, you come in by half an inch, and then you connect the 3 points together with your curved ruler. You can see how I'm shifting it so that I can get them all at once. If you cannot get it together, you can then do it in bits so that you will get them like this. So here you're going to come to your waist, and then you take your waist measurement divided by 4. My waist measurement is 28. 28 divided by 2 is 14, divided by 4 is 7. So I'll have 7 inches here, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect. So the next thing now is to do the extension that will form the rose for us, which is going to be here. So for my neck depth, I want a neck depth of 5 inches. So I'll just go ahead and connect like this. Okay, so the extension is going to start from where your neckline stops and then where your blouse line stops, and then it's going to be like this. So depending on how much you want it, I'm going to be extending mine by 15 inches. So you can see from where my center front stops here, I'm marking 15 inches. And then to know where I'm going to be connecting it, I'm going to mark the space that I have from the center here to the hem. I have 12 inches. So if I divide that into 2, I'm going to have 6. Okay, so the 6 inches, I'm going to measure it from the upper part. I have 11. So here on the 15 inches mark, I'm going to mark where I have 11 inches, which is here. So let me turn it like this. So what I'm going to do now is to just grab my ruler and then connect like this to the neckline. Okay, and then the other one as well, I'm going to connect just as shown. So this is all I am going to be doing. I hope you can see it clearly. So now I'll go ahead and grab my scissors and cut this out. Now I will use this to cut on my fabric. You can also do this directly on your fabric, but it is always clearer when it is done on a paper like this. That's why I'm using the paper. I have cut it on my fabric. You can see what I have. So before you take it out, you need to notch where your, see this line is the center front line, so you need to notch where you have it on top and then on the hem like this. It's very important. So for clarity purpose, I'm using 2 different fabrics for each side of my bodies, and you have to cut 2 to form your front bodies. So you can see my notches here. So what you need to do now is to go ahead, take it to your sewing machine, and then you run a stitch from where your notch from your center front like this, and then you run it back to the other front like this. So that's why the notches are important. I've gone ahead to sew it. You can see, just sew it just like I explained. This is what it looks like on the other side. So once you do that, the next thing now is to use this extension to form like a rose. So you can see, how I am trying to pull it out. Okay, so let me just place it like this so that we can see what I'm doing. So you can now go ahead and then use it to form pleats which you will later tack to hold in place. Okay, so you can pull out everything and then you start forming a rose with it. So once you form a rose, you use your pin to hold it in place first, and then you can now later tack them together before you join your back bodies to it. You can see what we have here. So make sure you arrange it very, very well. So I'll do this now and take it to the mannequin so that we can see what it looks like. So this is what we have. You can see how beautiful and well formed our rose looks. So you just need to tack it down and then you sew your back to it and you have your rose. So I made use of two different colors so that you can clearly see the patterns, and when you're arranging it, make sure that your center front, they are aligning and following how it should be. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful blouse with me. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.